My name is Starla. I'm a business coach, I'm an Etsy SEO expert, and I'm a manager at a pretty cool site called eRank.com that you might be familiar with if you've ever needed to perform keyword research. And today I'm answering your most common Etsy SEO questions. Let's do it. I saw you in a video on the Printify channel where you mentioned at some point that you have to have all the keywords of the product's title in the tags as well. Why? You're the one who says do not repeat the same words. It got me baffled. When I say that you shouldn't repeat the same words over and over again, what I mean is that you don't need to repeat the same words over and over again within a title, or over and over again within your tags. For example, your title doesn't need to say silver necklace, necklace for mom, gemstone necklace. Instead, you could just say silver gemstone necklace for mom, because Etsy will read all of the keywords in your title in every possible combination through broad matching. And the same goes for your tags. But all of those good keywords from your title, the ones that you want to be known for, those should be repeated in your tags as well, which is specifically stated by Etsy in the seller handbook. The most descriptive and relevant keywords for your listings should appear in both your titles and your tags. Given that you have 13 spaces for tags for each listing, all of the keywords that you use as tags don't necessarily need to appear in your title too. So remember, everything in your title should go into your tags, but not everything in your tags needs to be in your title. What about copying a sold listing? I've heard that we shouldn't do that. If someone has something in their cart and that has sold and then you copy that listing, they'll be confused when there's something new there. Copying a sold listing is just that. It's a copy. So even though it's utilized photos and details from whatever listing you copied from, it's still a brand new listing with no history attached to it, which means that it won't be in any carts right from the start, nor will it have a listing quality score. What you're describing sounds a bit more like swapping items within an existing listing, which you definitely shouldn't do. This would basically entail taking an existing listing, like a necklace, deleting all of the photos, and adding a different product entirely, like a handbag. And yes, if someone had this item in their cart or in their favorites, they'd suddenly see an item that they don't remember putting there, which is why Etsy frowns upon this practice. So when listing a new item, always start with a fresh listing. My bestseller on Etsy has a typo in the first sentence in the description. The listing is for a dog item, but it says manatee because I copied and edited the description from another listing. I don't want to change my best listing, but I also don't want a typo. What should I do? When it comes to bestsellers, you don't want to touch the tags or titles of these items unless you absolutely have to. And though Etsy does look at our descriptions when it comes to Etsy search, they aren't looking at them the way you may think. For an in-depth overview of how Etsy uses our descriptions, be sure to watch this video up here. But to summarize, Etsy isn't necessarily looking for keywords in our description. They're using our descriptions to gather context in order to better recommend items based on specific shoppers' preferences. So no, fixing a typo isn't going to harm anything. You're probably safe to go ahead and change it. What I want to know is, on the title, should you put commas or not? When it comes to dividing out keywords, think less about the algorithm and more about the human shopper who's reading that title. Because the Etsy algorithm, it doesn't really care either way. What matters is how a shopper sees this title when they click on the listing. If your title looks like a big jumble of random words with no natural breaking points, then yeah, customers might see this comparable to those crappy mass-produced listings that we tend to see on eBay and Amazon. When it comes to our titles, Etsy tells us to write short and descriptive sentences that are customer friendly, or basically that help the customer to easily understand what we're selling. So should you use commas? It's totally up to you. The algorithm doesn't care either way, so aim for titles that make the most sense to shoppers on a search page. Especially now that Etsy's only showing the words that appear before any punctuation or dividers on a search page, in order to make these pages look cleaner to shoppers. The algorithm itself still sees all of this, but in search, the customer now sees this, which, if you ask me, looks kinda nice. We're just weeks away from the annual Etsy holiday traffic boom, which starts in early October and peaks in November. So if you're panicking about how you're gonna drive traffic to your shop this holiday season, I just wanna take a moment to tell you a bit about our upcoming Alpha Holiday Bootcamp. This 7-day training is for product-based businesses who want to save time, stress less, and follow a simple early prep plan that will help you to coast through your October, November, and early December marketing. Unlike most other holiday boot camps, this isn't a fluff-filled program that draws on with no actual guidance. The daily videos are short, focused, and tell you exactly what to do each day. Then you're given simple marketing tasks to complete with the help of hundreds of marketing templates, graphics, and prompts that I personally created for you. On day 7 of the bootcamp, you'll be able to join my husband Mark and I for a live coaching call where you can ask last-minute questions as you finalize your holiday marketing. The bootcamp will be taking place from October 2nd through October 8th, and registration begins tomorrow, September 27th. We'll only be accepting registrations until the 30th of September, so be sure to click the link down below or visit bootcampalpha.com if this sounds like something that you'd like to check out for your own business. Overall, success on Etsy means understanding how Etsy's algorithm works, so you can focus on strategies that help you to grow. And with a little science, a lot of data, and some help from a trusted Etsy expert, you'll be well on your way to Etsy success. Cue the funky lo-fi beat.